Is that about what you wanted out of your team?
Yeah, you know, obviously Toledo is outmanned. They're gonna get good soon, and I think Todd does a really good job. They run a lot of really good sets, although I think we took them out of some of the things they wanted to run today. But when you are playing a team that is outmanned, we want the intensity to remain where it is, and I thought after the first couple minutes we understood what our jobs were, and we did what we needed to do.
Talk about the defensive effort, especially early in the game, with the ability to hold them scoreless for a couple stretches of time.
Yeah. Well, I think that, you know, again, we need to be as good a defensive team as we can, and I think we can be good. I'm not sure if we can be great, but I think we can be good. Lavoie's very good, and if Mike can change some shots and really continue to rebound the basketball, and then we have the luxury of bringing somebody like Raleigh off the bench who can guard threes and fours. He's probably even better on a wing, playing a wing guy than he is on a post guy, but I think he's doing really good work for us as well. So everything kind of was going our way, but again, it was a situation where Toledo was outmanned, but I appreciate what Todd is trying to do.
Is this the kind of assertiveness you wanted to see from Lavoie and Michael inside on offense too?
Yeah, I mean they need to score it down there, but again, we need to get to the line more than we have been. We're not a great team getting to the foul line, and that's the next step for us to shot fake, lean in, draw some contact. Although I thought we did get bumped a few times, but again, we have nothing to complain about as we finish our job today.
Could you talk a little bit about what you saw Aaron Brown today?
Yeah, I mean, it was great to have the opportunity to put Aaron in there. He's a very good basketball player and a great guy. I've oftentimes have likened what I hope his career will be to that of Ryan Brooks, where he will come off the bench for a year and change, and then all of a sudden blossom into somebody who's really going to be reliable and really dedicated to and really be committed to what the game is all about.
So I'm speaking of guys that didn't get a chance to play a lot. Scooty did not play a lot his first and second years. Now that he's in the rotation, what does he bring to the team?
Well, I think that the opportunity he shot the ball well today, made a couple threes. 3 threes, did he make? 3? Yeah, okay. And 2 of them were in the first half, and we're looking to get some space between us and Toledo. He's starting to understand how good a defender he can be and how much we need him to be that. And I'm happy for Scoot. He has, you know, it's funny. Teams, I believe, need to pay some dues, some of these guys. And he's paid his dues, so he deserves this opportunity. Just like Raleigh or Jefferson next year will get that. He'll be starting next year. There's no question about that. But to me, he's a 6th starter. TJ DeLeo is a 6th starter. So, but I'm happy for Scoot as he is now getting his opportunity to really play.
Coach, you talk about opportunities. Can you just talk about the development of Mike Lyric on offense and just kind of the way he asserted himself today? How far has he come since he got here?
Yeah, Mike is a tremendous person, and he's worked really hard at his game. And now he's pretty proficient at making jump shots on the perimeter as well. Now to add to that, he's got his touch inside is becoming pretty good as well. So I'm very happy about his development, and he has worked very hard to get to where he is.
Speaking of our friend, how important down the road is it going to be that he's able to stay on the court for as long as you want him on the court?
Yeah, I mean, he averaged, I think, 15 and change minutes last year. That's got to be in the low to mid-20s for us this year, I think, if we're going to be a good basketball team. We need him out there. We need him to give, and when Raleigh comes in for him, and we need him to go back in for Lavoie to give him some rest. So it's important for Mike to get into that low 20, mid-20s numbers and minute-wise, and if we can add to that by really rebounding the ball well and scoring well, I think that's going to really help our team.
Any concern that the long layoff and not much being today might affect what you guys are doing on offense?
You know, the schedule is set like it is, and there's not much we can do about it. Would I rather be playing a game like Thursday, Friday, or Saturday this week coming up? Yeah, I would. But that's just the way the schedule works, and we're going to have 3 very difficult games to prepare for in Orlando, and hopefully we will play well.
Coach, when you look at what Lavoie did, I know he had 3 rebounds, but when you see he had no turnovers, 6 assists,
Yeah.
what does that kind of say about how he's doing whatever it takes to get it done?
Well, I think his numbers, assist to turnover wise, over his career for a big guy are sort of extraordinary. And that's just what you depend on him to do. He doesn't turn it over very much. He's very solid with the basketball, and he does see the floor. He's almost almost too unselfish sometimes. We need him to be more selfish to try to get some opportunities to score. But I think he took advantage of the few times today. I think he stepped away from the basket, tried to shoot a couple of jumpers, and that's what we would like him to do. Because there's going to be some teams who are going to need him to set back screens and pop out and be available for us on the perimeter as well. But he's a terrific basketball player. He didn't dominate the action rebounding-wise today, but I thought his game was really solid.
You talked a little bit about the layoff, but just to play 2 games in 3 days and kind of get a first good look at your team against competition, what are your raw thoughts and just kind of, I guess, the cohesion, the way new parts are being introduced to the team?
Yeah, I think we're getting better. You know, that's what you hope each and every time out. We were sloppy at the end of the game on Friday night, and I think we eliminated some of that sloppiness today that we played throughout. But I think that's always the challenge that you have with your teams. You know, every possession's important. No matter what the score is, you got to do a good job on your offense, making good decisions, and on the defensive end, not falling down and not taking care of your business. So I think that's always the charge. And now, I think for us as a staff will be, how much do we work them over the next 10 days? How much time off? We're going to at least have 2 days off of those next 10. Do we need to have a day where we just concentrate on film and shooting maybe? So there's a lot of little things that we'll look at as we go about it, but in terms of the layoff, there's not much we can do in terms of our preparation.
You mentioned wanting to get to the line more. What are some of the other things you want to work on as a team before you go down to the power?
Well, again, I think we've always got to be as solid as we can defensively, and some of the decisions that we make, like today, we had 3 turnovers and 3 straight possessions. Those things can't happen if the games are real tight, and we had the luxury of a little bit of a cushion today, but I think it's always that. It's, especially when guys are coming off the bench, what is their role going to be? As we talk so much, it's not so much what you do right, it's what you don't do wrong. Just, you can't turn that basketball over like we did in that stretch today.
Anything else?